then we consulted with the young group. It's a cross section, so we build a vine. Build a vine. Then they think about more. Then the young fishermen make new association. So it's cross multi-product association. So it is stronger for the disaster, stronger for the accident of the cultivation. And then, from the point of view of the fishery, I think there is one role of the vine. Around the construction, the factory quickly, but we did not stop the maintenance of the vine. After 2 years and a half, there is it is required to remove, and the fishermen didn't want to demolish it because it was symbolic for them, and then it was one of the motivation for the future for recovery. So we relocate. We have to relocate like this. Then one more year after this, removed the place was also we are removed again, required to remove it again. So we disassembled like this. Then the disassembled material is moved to two areas. One is Okinawa in the Iwate Prefecture. They moved this water unit to their facility like this. And one is went to the Ogatsu. It's south of the Inasan. It is used as housing. Then, from the point of view of architecture, I think here is another role of vine. Then, this is one example, very unhappy example. It built near the vine. It was provided by the famous American NGO for architecture. It is built for the other local fishermen. But there was not attentive consultation and help. It doesn't have a function for the community, and lately it was revealed it is not. It is an illegal situation. The local community is puzzled because they don't have enough fund and renovate or demolish. There was not maybe there was not a long-term plan or assistance for the NGO. This is a very unhappy case. Then I'd like to conclude this presentation. The role of banyan in what you think. From the fishery, Japanese fishery, Japanese fishery have a pre-modern style, pre-modern system of the fishing rights, and fishermen are originally family company and separate with each other. After the disaster, they gathered in Banyan and began to think about the new cooperation. Banyan functioned as an incubation place for the future fishery organization. They built up a new association with multi-products. It would be stronger than before. The achievement of the new association is under carrying out. Then, from architecture view, Banyan was built with a lot of consultation with local people. Banyan was built especially with the help of the young generation of local fishermen. That was cross-sectional organization of the JF. And keeping to help for fishery recovery to build a new factory quickly. Banyan was also cared and maintained very attentively because it was a symbol for the new association and it was affected their fishery achievement. The architect of the facilities for the disaster recovery should care and help how the facility should be. This is my presentation. Thank you.
Mr. Yasushi Takeyoshi from Miyaga University. Our second speaker is coming from Ashizawa Architects, Professor Ryuichi Ashizawa. Round of applause, please.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for inviting me. So today, I want to present a construction planning for a small fishing village. I proposed this idea to the government after the disaster in 2011. This village was destroyed by the latest earthquake and tsunami in Japan. I hope this project can be one sample for the construction in Tacloban. I tried to design a whole small village. My planning is creating energy using the special landscape. The coast in near the prefecture in Tohoku area is called Bias Coast. The landscape is created by sea. There are many small fishing villages. They are using those landscapes very well. However, many of these small villages are destroyed by tsunami because the energy of the tsunami is increased by the landscape. This is a photo of the project location before the earthquake. Many residents sit surrounding the fishing port and located in the low ground. This is a photo of the project location after the earthquake, tsunami. As the energy of tsunami is enhanced, almost all residents are terrific. This is a photo after the earthquake disaster. In Tohoku area, we can see the society is mainly aged. Therefore, the number of empty houses is increasing. Therefore, I plan to get some small villages because of the reconstruction cost. Everyone loves their hometowns, so I think they should not go away from their home place. This is a map for the farming location. People are living in lowland. Long time ago, people didn't live in this lowland because they were aware of tsunami. But the fishermen moved to lowland because it was convenient for the working and fishing. I suggest that I propose this zoning. The cost is for fishing boat and seawall made from recycled rubbers. In this plan, the lowland is not anymore a price for houses. Instead, we propose a memorial forest that is a national park and fit for agriculture. These houses are going to be on the slope base of the mountains. This is a master plan, big area for residents on the mountain. Green is a memorial forest, blue is breakwater, purple is seawalls. This is a side plan. This is escape route. I planned a road in the forest to escape from lowland to highland. I also planned escape shelter on lowland. I planned the energy generation system for the village. I plan to use natural power, for example, small wind power, small water power, tidal power, wave power, and ground heat power. This is a perspective drawing for the new village. I plan breakwater as an energy generating system. I plan breakwater floating. These breakwaters are also being an energy generating system. This is normal breakwater. This is also. This is a very high breakwater in Japan. These breakwaters are to resist the force of the waves. The height of the breakwaters prevent people to watch the sea. This means that people can't watch the tsunami is coming. However, these breakwaters are destroyed by tsunami. There are some risks to be against full power of the nature as tsunami with artificial protection. Therefore, I saw new breakwater. Existing breakwaters will be getting higher and bigger. This is because existing seawalls are to resist the power of tsunami. The shape of existing breakwater is to make the resistance higher against wave power. This is my proposal. I propose a new breakwater which absorbs the power of tsunami and parry tsunami. this breakwater is not high wall. This is a group of lands called Matsushima in Tohoku. This island offers a beautiful view and they minimize the effect of tsunami in the latest earthquake disaster. This is because Matsushima consists of many islands. My proposed breakwater is a group of many small seawalls, breakwalls such as Matsushima and Bari whales, and decrease the power of whales as Matsushima. Moreover, they absorb the energy of whales and generate electric power. The shape of breakwater is crescent shape. This is similar to the shape of the Earth's coast form. This shape maximizes the height of waves at the center of the seawall and decreases the force of the wave. The crescent shape is to maximize the energy of the wave and absorb it. These breakwalls are usually used for aquafarming, fishing bank, natural walking paths. There are several types of wave power generation systems. Some are using the vertical movement of the wave. Some are using the gyroscope system. Ones are using artificial muscle system. These breakwaters collect the power of waves and use it to generate electric power. If there are no waves, we use wind power generation system, which is the prime of the seawall level height. We propose two kinds of seawalls. I propose a recover of ecotone between the sea and the land, which is destroyed by disaster and human activities. This is a seawall plan. The green zone is the seawall, is used as a park. The blue zone and the red zone is seawall, which are used for fishing industry facility. This is the image path for seawall area. The seawall used as a park is made from recycled rubbles and soil. There are many banks. These banks decrease the energy of waves. This is a section drawing for the seawall, which is used as fishing industrial facilities, fishing port, storage, and some other functions covered by roofs. In the latest disaster, the drifted ships and rubbers made the damage bigger. In these fishing industrial areas, the seawall stops drifted ships and rubbers. This is a perspective drawing for the fishing industrial area. I also propose a moon watching place which generates electric power by tidal power. From the ancient times, Japanese living not only with sun but also with moon. For example, the agriculture activities have been decided by the moon almanac. Tidal power generation is a system using the power of movement of seawater caused by the moon. The upper part is a price for people community. The lower part is a facility to generate electric power. I plan the lowland that suffered big damage from tsunami to return to its in a natural environment. I made a landscape plan with memorial forest as a central place. This is a planting plan. I plan to plant a one-leaf tree, which is a local tree in that side. The ground of this site was being weak because of many planting of conifer trees. This is a diagram for construction plan. The central function is a learning center in the memorial forest. And education about energy, education about culture, school public facility, agriculture, and fishing industry, and employment are connected to the learning center. This is a site for the site of memorial forest. In this case, I use agroforestry as an activity to do agriculture and farming in the forest without cutting any trees. This agroforestry gives us sustainable usage of land and keeping the life's diversity. This is a pedestrian deck for escape drawing. This is a escape shelter. This is a memorial forest image. This is a learning center in the forest. Next, I will talk about the residences. The proposed residence recover and reinforce the slope surface of the mountain. This is a record of the maximum height of the land that tsunami reached in Japan. This red one is the record of the latest disaster. So I estimated the necessary for the high ground to escape from tsunami. Normally, normal slope surface in this site can be weakened easily by earthquake because of too many planting of conifer trees. Then, those weakened surfaces lie down by heavy rain. This is a photo of the land beside. In normal development of residence lands, we excavate the land and fill those excavated soil on the slope surface to create flat land. As filling is weak, it can be collapsed easily by earthquake and heavy rain. This is a photo of the crust of earth playground. This is a location map of landslide in Sendai, Japan. Therefore, I found reinforcement of the land. I consider not as filling to maximum establishment. The established soil is used for the seawall. Moreover, I plan to put retaining wall to reinforce the land. This is a sample of retaining wall with stone wall. I also consider to use the soil damaged soil. I propose to use these soils to create land earth. This is land earth. I plan to use stone wall and land earth as a retaining wall in proper way. Also consider to use rice transfer to stop the collapse of the land. The rice transfer should be considered as a specific measure to prevent landslide disaster in the future. Create a rice transfer. In the heavy rain, rice transfer leads the water to go lower hill gradually. This is a view of rice transfer in Japan. This is also. I also plan to use plant to reinforce the land. The first reinforce the land. I plan mix the first with contact trees and boundary trees. By putting roofs, I plan to create interior spaces for residents. I think to use local timber for structure. I plan to create a passive environment system. In summer, the cool wind from terrestrial scale caused by the evaporation goes through the residence. And the louver in the roof window reflects the strong sunlight. In winter, warm air comes to inside the residence from glass house, and the roof reflects the sunlight coming into the room. Moreover, one heat gives the residence warm air. This is planning. This is a construction of residence spaces. This is a site plan. Residence on the last terrace field. This is section. The mountain absorbs the force of asphalt, I think. Similar samples. There are some samples for the reference in the last terrace field. This is a much picture in Peru. In Peru also, Ollantaytambo, this is last terrace field. In Japan, we have a similar village on slope land. This is a famous village in Shikoku, Sotonomari. This is a perspective drawing for the proposal residence. This is a photo of four model. This is my proposal for the future. Small fishing village with creating human environment and natural energy by using landscape. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Yurichi Ashizawa from the Ashizawa Architects, for sharing those amazing innovations. Our next and last speaker for this second session, Housing and Community Rehabilitation, we have Professor Shuji Funo from Nihon University. A round of applause, please.
Good afternoon. I'm Funo from Nihon University, Tokyo. So that I was a professor of Shiga Prefecture, until the end of March, and then moved to Tokyo. So I'm half retired, but I'm here. So I remember the name of the male singer, Rico Puno. You know, is still active. No, you know, that is a nose. So I misunderstood. I'm not Puno. I'm Funo. Funo is easy to remember. Who knows? Nobody knows is the answer. You remember? So before my presentation, I am still hesitating to say or not to say. But as nobody actually this, so I dare to say what is the day of today for us Japanese. You imagine young generation. This is the day atomic bomb was dropped to Hiroshima. So we have a big ceremony in this morning in Hiroshima. So here in Leyte, 80,000 Japanese army was died. Of course, Filipino, many lives are lost. So for us Japanese Makasa monument, a little bit ambivalent emotion with that. But not forgetting the past and reflecting the history, we have to mutually understand. It's nearly my conclusion, my presentation. Okay,どこで? I started a kind of field work in Asian countries. 1979, already 36 years have passed. The first I visited here is 1979. So I have deeply involved in terms of human settlements for these 36 years. So today I will try to give you some materials to discuss for the Yolanda Recovery Housing Project. So this is the scene of I faced in early 1980s. The left of that photo is Manila, Santa Ana district. This is still many this kind of district in Manila. So the right is Indonesia, the down is Thailand. So this is 1979 Manila, up just before Tondo area. So that is the period of Imelda Marcos period. I don't know how you evaluate the Imelda's period. She don't like some so-called slum area for tourists. So she built the many walls, painted walls all over Manila. So but people put down and then fire for cooking. That is the situation you have. Down 3 photos is Santa Ana district. So in that situation, your professor, your teacher, this is the solution at that time. confused. Next is your project. Remember? Oh yes, even habitat of course. This is the plan is realized. So I'm very impressed. Already cladding and then skeleton and infill different system you already adopted. We Japanese love that kind of system. So that solution is a little bit higher for the lower income people. So the down for photos is so-called rural width. Maybe the professor remember. I don't know the meaning of width. At that time it's the Ministry of Human Settlement and then the mayor of Redevelopment. She launched the rural policy project. Already this is for she made 4 times housing types. Below side for Muslims. This is good. Using local materials, learning from the traditional space organization. I'm very impressed. But this is also high for the low income. So then maybe this habitat or some groups all over the world raise this kind of poor house project. This is all for Philippines. This one is for the so-called Daga area, just behind the Tondo area. So before the habitat is established, you launched a very, very famous international competition. Many architects participate in that. Maybe young generation doesn't know. So very interesting international competition. The architects from New Zealand got the first prize. Then I'm happy with that project was not implemented. This after that side, this is for house project. You are minister or president adopted. So I am myself is very stimulated this concept. So another solution. Yesterday I asked Danny-san. He doesn't know. You have the informal group freedom to build in Manila. They provide the building materials lower the market price. People build their houses by themselves. You charge aid. So I don't know. This is still survive, still active. This is also give us many hints. So this is a signboard of freedom to build member. They say Haluagan group you come. Haluagan money saving traditional system. Haluagan. And then this is Bayanihan. This, I'm so stimulated this kind of approach. I raised the question, this kind of idea, one more, this is the so-called eco-village. You have already implemented early 1980s, 20 kilometers from Manila metropolitan area. So the already wind power and the biogas this is maybe Marcos America's project. But I'm heard this project was not so good where all the inhabitants go to West Asia to earn money. I'm not sure. This kind of idea, I raised the question. This kind of idea you already have. What? This is something or slowly or after Yolanda. That is one of the points I raise. Okay, I will start my presentation. I have many experience. 26 December 2004, I was in Sri Lanka. So I'm in the morning. I plan to go to the east part of Sri Lanka. If I started 15 minutes earlier, I'm not here. Around I'm in walled city constructed by Dutch. So around this city, 500 died. So I'm one of the few Japanese who experienced the tsunami before East Japan great tsunami. So my friend, for several years I go to Sri Lanka to support. This is so I firstly explain my so-called campus study. I've just visited Surabaya City, July. So Surabaya City is the second largest city in Indonesia. Formerly 3 million, but including seasonal migrants, maybe over 4 million. So the city core, we had high-rise building, one designed by American. So and then like hotels. So beside that high-rise building, 1-story, 2-story houses with red tile, we say kampong. Kampong means the village. So I studied closely this kampong. So I write the PhD dissertation on this. So I think the community barrio or barangay comparison with kampong and this barrio is academic issues to study. I must think the similar as I will explain. One information, academic information. Kampong is the origin of compound in English. I never know that. So you know, Oxford English Dictionary. Travelers from Europe see the human settlements. So I Malaysian and Indonesian say kampong. Then another theory says that it's a Pidgin language, but formally is a compound is from kampong. It's a close community. So even in urban context, but people say in kampong village. So in English it's urban village. So I have learned a lot. So I took so much time, several points I want to explain. The first is the variety of kampong. In Surabaya, all the people can find place to live. So kampong is has a variety. One kampong is rich, and another, even the lowest class can find the place to live. That is the important. So in Japan, if somebody buy some condominium flats or somebody detached house, next to that is almost all the same income. So that different. That is very interesting to me. So the second kampong as a whole one is a little laugh concept. I'd like to say is it's easy to understand that what place is next to living place. So all the daily activities can be close to one area. That is the characteristics of kampong. And then we are not so familiar with the conflicts. So Japanese don't believe Japanese is only one tribe. So but every city has many tribes and many people has different life background. That is the characteristics of kampong community, and so on. ちょっと戻す。ごめん。So this is very surprising, very interesting. Kampong is a highly service society. It because the job opportunity is not so much even in the city center. So every street workers sell almost everything. It's like a house is next to convenience store. For inhabitants sitting in all day in one place can get building material and then the plant and then the toys. That is one of the important characteristics of kampong. And so on. I have this kind of the system or characteristics of community. So as for Indonesian community, so for example, physically it's very poor, but community is so strong. So based on that community, maybe you know the community program goes well. So, Aga Khan Award and maybe Habitat Award be given to that company to program. So, one more. I have learned many things from Campo, but that is the housing is a process. So I have visited many transitional temporary houses yesterday, and then completed flats. So I a little think there is no space to expansion or